Breaking news, NJ Senator Cory Booker has broken the record of the longest speech delivered in the Senate for 25 hours, a long-standing record that hadn't been broken since Strom Thurmond's filibuster against the Civil Rights Act of 1957. The New Jersey senator dedicated his speech to addressing various critical issues from health care, public education, Social Security, and so on. He criticized President Trump and Elon Musk's actions and how it impacts American citizens. Not only has he broken the speech record, Booker is New Jersey's first African-American U.S. senator.
Welcome to Woo TV. I'm Damya Walton, and this is Allison Padula.
On March 20th, President Donald Trump signed an executive order to dismantle the U.S. Department of Education. Our reporter, Ashton Ray, has an exclusive interview with Widener Vice President of Enrollment, Joe Howard, to learn more.
Widener students are concerned about the future of higher education after President Trump's executive order.
It's a confusing time. So what you're probably aware of is that President Trump has signed an executive order sort of instructing the Secretary of Education to start a process of dismantling the Department of Education. Now, the legality of that is in question. There are a number of big professional associations that have filed lawsuits to try and stop any of this from happening.
I sat down with Vice President of Enrollment, Joe Howard, to learn more about what this means for Widener students.
But the other important thing to know is that many of the functions that the Department of Education does are required by law. So there are congressionally mandated things like running the student loan program, operating the Pell Grant program. So those programs can't go away. What I think we're in right now is sort of a period of uncertainty while sort of the legal machinations work their way through the system.
With the change, many students are left to wonder if student aid will also be dismantled.
There's no indication at this point that students' financial aid is at risk as part of this process. And in fact, our big national organizations of financial aid professionals or admissions officers or college presidents are all petitioning the government right now, both through legal means and other means, to make sure that there's certainty for students going forward.
Widener is known as an inclusive environment. I asked Vice President Howard, will the current political environment impact how we foster DEIB on campus?
Our programming needs to be inclusive. So things that would be illegal would be if we had classes that are only for Chinese students and other classes that are only for white students, or clubs and organizations that are only for one type of student, or we had activities on weekends that were only available to certain types of students. We've always required that all of our student clubs and organizations be open to all students, regardless of any sort of particular identity. There's nothing about our academic programming that is restrictive. So on that front, we feel well positioned.
Reporting for Woo TV, I am Ashton Ray.
Thank you for that exclusive interview, Ashton.
Democratic attorney generals and governors in 23 states have filed a lawsuit against the U.S. Department of Health and Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. for the unlawful rollback of $12 billion in federal health funding. They claim that the funds were helping build healthier and stronger healthcare service and modernize data systems. They said getting rid of this funding would threaten thousands of jobs and reverse years of progress. The suit is still ongoing. For the first time since former President Joe Biden halted them, the Justice Department is seeking the death penalty against Luigi Mangione for the killing of United Healthcare worker CEO Brian Thompson on December 4th. U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi stated that Mangione's killing was a violent political act and ordered the Justice Department to seek the death penalty. Mangione's federal charges include the murder through the use of firearm, which carries the possibility for the death penalty. His state charges carry a maximum sentence of life in prison. The state case is expected to proceed to trial before the federal case, though it's unclear if Bondi's directive will change the order. Don't worry about burrito bowl lovers. Chipotle is not closing. A media outlet recently posted about the closure of a sister restaurant, Marmisa Fresh Eatery, which the public mixed up with Chipotle, causing a mass scare in the public. A spokesperson for Chipotle dismissed rumors and noted that they actually plan to open 345 new restaurants this year, in addition to 4,000 already open.
Food is a life-sustaining gift and a lovely way to honor the memory of a loved one. The Coyle family honors the memory of Widener alum Peter Coyle through a generous and abundant donation to the Widener Pride Pantry that benefits students and faculty. All 9 Pride Pantry locations received food and personal care items from the Coyle family. May his memory be a blessing.
Citizens Bank Park has been rated #1 overall out of all Major League Baseball parks. In a poll by USA Today, the fan-centric and modern stadium impressed voters, especially Aspirin Alley with its various food options and baseball-themed activities. The stadium also ranks 2nd overall for food, ranging from the world-famous crab fries to Philly staples, like cheesecakes and soft pretzels. Be sure to experience everything the park has to offer and catch a Phillies game this season. The Philadelphia International Airport has received funding for major safety upgrades. PA State Representative Virginia Young presented a nearly $500,000 check to the airport. The project will create new employee and pedestrian walkways between terminals, commercial buildings, and plazas, as well as upgrading the aircraft and rescue firefighting unit safety training equipment. Upgrades to baggage handling system has already been completed.
Crozier Health filed for bankruptcy in January for all its properties outside of California. Due to extensive negotiations and discussions, the hearing was rescheduled for April 3rd at 4:30 p.m. After the postponement of the hearing, a Navigating Our Health System alert was sent through the Delco alert system, inviting all to the seminar on how to change providers, how to access one's own health records, how to switch to another healthcare system, and more. The seminar will take place Saturday from noon to 2 p.m. at the Delaware County Wellness Center. You can RSVP at the Delaware County Wellness line. Nationwide protests are planned for Saturday, April 5th, against President Donald Trump and his administration. An anticipated 12,500 protesters are expected to attend the Philadelphia anti-Trump protest, with over 250,000 protesters nationwide. The event is being run by the Hands Off organization, which is committed to nonviolent action against Donald Trump and Elon Musk. Some of the speakers handling the event include Maryland Congressman Jamie Raskin and Florida Congressman Maxwell Frost, along many others. The program begins at the National Mall at noon. Banning the tush push has been on the center of conversations during the NFL offseason. Let's head over to our sports anchor, Anthony Fedeli, to get the scoop.
The iconic tush push play is still legal, but only for right now. I'll be covering this and more after this quick break. Stay tuned.
Wherever you go at Widener, you've always got your pride. Everywhere you go, and behind everything you do. And before you know it, you are working in your field, realizing your life's ambitions before you even leave Widener.
If you have a dream, come join us.
Widener University. Many roars, one pride.
Welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm Anthony Fedeli. NFL owners plan to continue discussions about the Philadelphia Eagles short yardage tush push play after tabling a proposal on Tuesday to ban it. League officials said the Green Bay Packers authored the proposal, which earned the support of 16 NFL teams. NFL bylaws require a minimum of 24 votes to approve a change. The topic is likely to be revisited when owners gather for their spring meeting May 20th and 21st in Eagan, Minnesota. The 2025 NCAA Men's Basketball Final Four is set. For the second time in tournament history, the Final Four teams all are 1 seeds. Florida, Duke, Auburn, and Houston. Both games will take place on Saturday in the Alamodome, which, with Florida and Auburn starting, then Duke and Houston to follow. The national championship will be on Monday. Baseball season is back, and it didn't take long for the New York Yankees to start crushing records and stirring conversations. At the center of it all, torpedo bats. The torpedo bat is a customized bat that tailors the barrel of each hitter. It's all about locating the hitter's sweet spot and moving the barrel to that area. The bat made its big debut over this past weekend as the Yankees tied a major league record with 15 home runs over the first 3 games. 9 of those came from 5 Yankees who adopted the new bat. Almost immediately following that weekend, fellow MLB teams are looking to follow in the Yankees' footsteps and adopt the bats themselves. We are well into the 2025 offseason, and it's still unclear if tight end Dallas Goedert is returning to the Eagles this coming season. At the NFL's annual meetings, Eagles general manager Howie Roseman was asked for an update on the Goedert situation and said he didn't really have one. He was notably non-committal about Goddard's future, while Goedert is owed over $15 million. His cap hit in 2025 just over $11.8 million. With this current deal, if he gets traded before June 1st, his cap would shoot up to over $21 million in dead money. If he gets traded after June 1st, the Eagles would actually save around $4 million in cap space. University of Maryland's men's basketball coach Kevin Willard has been hired as Villanova's new head coach. Willard spent 3 seasons in College Park, going 65-39 with 2 NCAA tournament appearances. Willard will replace Kyle Neptune, who failed to reach the NCAA tournament in any of his 3 seasons in charge of the Wildcats. Neptune took over in 2022 after the sudden retirement of Hall of Fame coach Jay Wright. And now for some Widener sport news. Men's volleyball senior right side Matthew Christ had a monster week for the Pride to keep them in the playoff contention and earning him MAC Player of the Week. The Pride will finish the regular season with a road matchup against King's College on Wednesday, April 2nd at 7 p.m. And for some track news, Kayla Robinson picks up right where she left off, earning MAC Field Athlete of the Week after 2 podium finishes in her first outdoor meet of the season. In the long jump, she marked a 5.65-meter jump to take second, and in the triple jump, she placed first with a 12.05-meter distance. That's all for the Sports Desk. I'm Anthony Fedeli. I'll be back in the Weather Center later, giving you the full scoop of the spring weather to come.
Let's go, Pride!
Some PA drivers are curving around new obstacles on roads. On March 28th, Montgomery Township has repainted one of their streets, Gray's Lane, from straight to squiggly. The change in lines is meant to deter speeding drivers. In response, many residents have expressed mixed reactions to the new paint, some even questioning if this method will really do anything for the issue at hand. Officials have expressed that these types of roads will provide safety for the neighborhood.
Armbark workers at the Phillies games have reached a 10-year contract. Union members said the deal includes hourly pay bumps up to $6 and offers benefits to most employees the first time. The deal is predicted to end more than 2 years of negotiations that led to 2 strikes among 2,000 employees. The deal ensures a minimum wage of at least $20 an hour for most all workers. This contract will bring health benefits to employees who have never had voting before. Voting for the contract will be open from Wednesday and continue through April 12th. War for Widener is soon approaching on April 9th. This event is your chance to make a difference and show your pride for any area of the university that is meaningful to you. Make sure to donate on the biggest day of giving this year. More information can be found at r.widener.edu. There's another portal in Philadelphia. This spring, a new 30-foot tall portal will be dropping on Philadelphia Museum of Art steps. This portal, unlike the one in Love Park, will allow folks to experience the excitement and adventure of Universal Epic Universe, a new theme park opening in May. The theme park's 5 worlds, which will be displayed at the portal, include Celestial Park, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, Ministry of Magic, Super Nintendo World, How to Train Your Dragon, Isle of Berk, and the Dark Universe.
For anyone that wants to visit the portal, let's head over to Anthony Fedeli in the Weather Center to see what our weekly forecast is.
Welcome to the Weather Center. Let's take a look at the weekly forecast for this upcoming week. On Saturday, it'll be cloudy with a high of 55, and on Sunday, you can expect some showers with a high of 59, and on Monday, early showers in the morning with a high of 48, and on Tuesday, partly cloudy with a high of 47, and on Wednesday, to finish out the week, mostly sunny with a high of 50. That's all for the Weather Center. Back over to the desk after this short break.
The Handbasket, Gender and Sexuality in the Trump Era, a podcast hosted by Widener's Dr. Carla Baquero and Dr. Mariah Shug, has announced their 3rd episode. For the episode, they were joined by Bryn Mawr College's Dr. Veronica Montez in a discussion about immigration and intersectionality with gender. The podcast is available on Spotify and Apple Podcasts.
There are a bunch of events happening on campus this week. Here are some of the highlighted activities. Center yourself with the Black Student Union's Root of Wellness, Elevating Black Health. This event will be focusing on the spectrum of obstacles and triumphs of Black health on April 7th from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Latham Hall. Bat Arts Night, hosted by Widener Theater Company, will be held on Monday, April 7th in the University Center, Room A at 6 p.m. This event is all about making goofy art. There will be plenty of art crafts and supplies and snacks. Join Wolfgram Memorial Library for a series of events focused on AI education. Whose copyright is it anyway? Copyright and copy wrongs when working with AI on April 7th at 4 p.m. Fostering intentionality generative AI and the Framework for Information Literacy will be hosted on April 8th at 12 p.m. AI Ethics and Equity, Who Wins and Who Loses on April 9th at 12 p.m. Leveraging AI tools and library databases for enhanced research on April 10th at 12 p.m. All events will be held on Zoom. Sign up on Evolve.
Want to quiz your international knowledge? Caribbean Students Organization is hosting Caribbean Jeopardy on April 9th at 6 p.m. in the University Center Pride Den. Participants will play Jeopardy with Caribbean facts and be able to win prizes. Widener's Spring Concert will be held on April 10th, starting at 7 p.m. in Latham Hall. The concert will feature the wind, jazz, and percussion ensembles, along with the flute and clarinet choirs. On April 15th at 7 p.m., there will be another concert showcasing the percussion ensemble musicians in Kapelski Recital Hall. Admission is free for all. Thank you for watching Woo TV. Make sure to stay up to date by following our socials at WooTV_Productions. For the whole behind-the-scenes crew, Anthony Fedeli and Damya Walton, I'm Allison Padula. Good night.